do dual temps. We do not do dual temps because of there could be a fluctuation in the temperature rising or decreasing, and that would cause a claim. So what we do have is a TRD, which is a temperature recording device, on my desk with the copier. You yourself or Tony, if you feel like the temperature is compromised, you just take the temperature recording device, you zap it, and it gives you a temperature reading. Make sure if there is a discrepancy in the temperature, increasing or decreasing, to make a notation in wheels.
Do you plug it? Wait, what do? You just
zap it.
Oh, it's like a button.
Yeah, it's just like a little.
We'll go over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you guys a picture.
Because
In the container?
You should go there.
You can go in the container and go like
Oh,
this.
okay. I was like, what do you do? Or do you plug? Okay, you don't
No,
plug
you don't plug it
okay.
in. You just like
Okay.
it'll zap you and tell you how much
Okay.
your temperature. As well.
Okay.
You don't have to
So-
bend over.
Oh, do those kind of okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Duh.
that's important too. So if at any given time you feel like the temperature is compromised, because sometimes, like we have Meadly is a frozen customer. They bring stuff in a dry van, but they want it to ship frozen.
Who is that?
Meadly.
Ming Lee.
So
Can
Boa
they? Oh, okay. What kind of
So-
stuff is it?
food products.
Oh, okay.
No specific description,
Like
just food
food stuff.
products.
Okay.
So yes. So again, say using that as an example. It comes in a dry van, but you want us to ship it as frozen. So between the company bringing it to us and us shipping it, there's a gap of it not being frozen.
Right.
So if they
Okay,
felt
ruin
like
the food.
something was
Like it was really hot
compromised,
or something.
it wouldn't be based on us because you brought it not
Got it
in a
that way.
refrigerated container. So it didn't start to finish as refrigerated.
Is that how it's received? Like, received dry? Do you guys?
Yeah.
They know. Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta take exceptions for everything. Okay.
So yes, make sure it's
And only Tony receives a reefer, or the other?
Any of the
Well,
guys can
sometimes,
receive.
because
A lot of times they receive It's Sugar, and
Yeah.
speaking of It's Sugar, they have two locations, Honolulu and Maui. I send an email to Tim Lopez, Bertha, I presume it's his salesperson, or the person he corresponds with. So always include both them refrigerated yourself in the email asking him for the final destination. The box can say Maui, but he didn't want it to go to Maui, so he wants it to go to Honolulu.
And a lot of
So I had an instance just yesterday, I sent an email. There was a shipment with no description on the boxes, so it didn't tell me which location. I sent him an email, he didn't respond. Once we started to load the container, it's time for it to go. I need to know specifically where it's going because that determines how Tony's gonna load it in the container. So I told him, I said, we're in the midst of loading this right now. Please advise what the final destination is. So then he was like, he apologized. It's going to this location, which happened to be Honolulu. When we have, because all of our shipments go together, Honolulu, Maui, Kauai, Hilo, Kona, all go in one container. So that determines the way that Tony loads it in the container. We want all the Honolulu to be in the back end, all the outports, so that they can just pull the outports out, then take out the Honolulu, put the outports back in, and send it to the final destination. So that's important. So if Tony asks, he should know, but he doesn't know. All Honolulu is in the back, all outports is in the front, so it's easier to take out, put back in, and send on this way.
Makes sense.
Okay. And that's about it. So you have a list of all your notifications, email contacts. Oh, when we ship dry stuff. We mentioned that before. Please be sure, like whatever phone number is inside of Wheels, that's the number that I put on the column. So I'm trying to make it as easy for my UPS agents to get contact information and it doesn't hold up the delivery. If there was an email, I'll probably attach that as well. So I'll send an email once I finish completing this last container, and you guys will be included. So it gives all the information. When we have Maui shipments, I include Chemo and Roel. They need a 24-hour advance notice before it gets to Maui. So say for instance, if the container got here to Honolulu today, we have Maui in here. Once Hawaii takes possession of that container, they need to email, call, or correspond, however they do, with Maui to let them know you have this amount of freight coming in so you can schedule accordingly, because I'm not sure if they have reefer equipment on hand, so that notice is good for them. I would say do the same for Kauai. My Kauai contact, I think, is Maxie. So she always sends the PODs. UPS is kind of behind on forwarding those, so if a customer calls, more than likely it's like my candy customers, they want to have a POD, that's their way of tracking
Like a hard
it.
copy.
So, yes, so I asked them, okay, I didn't get the DR with the signed POD, please forward that as soon as possible. Melissa, she's my number one
Gonzalez?
contact. Yes, she's the number one contact right now. Anissa is her boss. So if you don't get a hold of Melissa, Anissa will be the next person to contact and just let them know. We're waiting on PODs. Please provide them as soon as possible. Of course, you know, we scan them in the system and then we go move forward and hand it over to the customer so that they know. So, any questions, concerns?
Nope, we're gonna be busy riding this weekend.
Yeah,
And then Monday we'll start again, but I
Yes.
think we should go down there. Just tell Georgia, she'll let us know.
yeah.
Okay.
On Monday? Yeah?
And then that way we won't be interrupted.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's gonna cover this on Monday?
They will.
They will, okay.
Somebody else will, just